In the last video, we challenged the idea that autoimmune disease is simply your immune system misfiring. What if it's not misfiring, but responding aggressively to something it perceives as a threat? Well, more often than not, that something begins in your gut. And in this video, we're going to explore how the gut, your body's frontline defense, can become the starting point for a full-blown immune system crisis. Hi, I'm Dr. George Springer, author of The Gut Connection, and for over 45 years, I've helped patients uncover and address the root causes of chronic illness, especially when those roots are buried in the gut. If you've been told your immune system is the problem, I want to show you a different path. One where we stop suppressing your body's defenses and start asking why it's so fired up in the first place. Here's a mind-blowing fact that doesn't get enough attention. Nearly 80% of your immune system resides in your gut. That's not a coincidence. It's strategic. Your gut is where the outside world meets your internal world. Every bite of food, every microbe you ingest, every chemical you're exposed to, all of it passes through this system. And your immune cells are right there, acting as gatekeepers, deciding what's friend and what's foe. Now imagine if the entire front gate is compromised. The health of your gut depends heavily on the trillions of microbes that live inside it. This community, called your microbiome, is like your internal ecosystem. When balanced, it supports digestion, nutrient production, and even helps keep inflammation in check. But today, that balance is under attack from all sides. Antibiotics, processed foods, refined sugars, stress, environmental toxins. The result? A microbial imbalance, or what we call dysbiosis. With dysbiosis, harmful bacteria start to crowd out the beneficial ones. That's when trouble begins. These bad actors can irritate the gut lining, disrupt digestion, and confuse the immune system. Your body starts reacting to things it was never supposed to react to, like food particles or even your own tissue. Now let's talk about a phrase you've probably heard before: leaky gut. Your small intestine has a lining only one cell thick. Think of it like a finely woven cheesecloth. It's designed to absorb nutrients while keeping toxins, microbes, and large food particles out of your bloodstream. But when that lining gets inflamed or damaged, the tight junctions between cells start to loosen. That means things that should stay in the gut, like bacteria, toxins, and undigested proteins, start leaking into your bloodstream. And what does your immune system do when it sees those invaders? It attacks. Not once, not occasionally, but every time you eat, every time something leaks, every time that barrier breaks down again. This repeated immune activation is how food sensitivities start, and over time, it can lead to chronic inflammation and, yes, autoimmune disease. Another common issue is SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. That's when bacteria that are supposed to stay in the colon migrate up into the small intestine. It's like having house guests who move into your pantry and start eating all your groceries. They ferment the food you eat, causing bloating, gas, discomfort, and more inflammation. And guess what? This too can damage the gut lining and feed the cycle of immune reactivity. If a leaky gut wasn't bad enough, we also have to consider what's leaking. Not just food particles, but bacterial toxins like LPS or lipopolysaccharide. This is one of the most inflammatory substances in the human body. Once in the bloodstream, these toxins trigger alarm bells in the immune system and put the liver and lymphatic system under constant pressure. They were never designed to filter this kind of overload on a daily basis. And just like a clogged air filter in a car, once the detox systems back up, the entire engine starts to overheat. What we're left with is a body on fire. Not a single big explosion, but a slow, smoldering burn that affects tissues, organs, joints, and the nervous system. This is chronic inflammation, and it's the background noise behind nearly every autoimmune condition. But here's the good news. If the gut helped create the problem, it can also help solve it. In the next video, we're going to zoom out and look at another massive contributor to autoimmune chaos: toxic overload. We'll talk about how your environment, your liver, and even your diet may be overwhelming your system, and how it all ties back to that immune fire we've been talking about. If this helped you connect some dots, hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who's battling an autoimmune condition and not getting answers. Check the description for links to gut healing resources and more on how to get started. And join me in part 3, where we explore the toxic burden that's silently fueling the autoimmune epidemic. See you in the next video.